What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be diving into Teen Titans Academy issue number 4. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything Teen Titans Academy related. Now, this is written by Tim Sheridan, pencils are Steve Leiber, inks are the same, and it is colored by Dave Stewart. And with this issue, we're going to be introduced to who the Bat Pack really is. So with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we dive into issue number 4, we're introduced to Chupacabra, Brat Girl, and Mega Bat. Now right now, these three, they are all students at Teen Titan Academy, and they have no official affiliation with Batman. In fact, none of them have actually ever met Batman before, but they see themselves as kind of young detectives. And I can kind of see it, you know, as a kid, I always wanted to be a spy, always thought I could be a private investigator, always had, you know, magnifying glasses and stuff like that. And all three of them, they, you know, obviously they really look up to Batman. And they want to be a detective just like him. So right now, they are currently investigating who Red X could be. And with everything that has been going on, they really do believe that they need to solve this case. And so we see them start investigating all of the students, one by one, trying to find out who the prime suspects might actually be. Now, they try some kind of interrogation techniques that are very questionable. Hooking up Toby to what seems to be an electric chair, they're trying to get as much information out of him as they possibly can, believing he may possibly be Red X. But after this little interrogation, he doesn't spill anything that they didn't already know. And so they come to the conclusion that he's not Red X. And so they get in contact with someone who might be able to give them the information they're looking for. Somebody who keeps tabs on all the comings and goings that have to deal with Titan Tower. That individual being Stitch. Stitch the Snitch. Now Stitch has the goods on everybody in the academy and some of the faculty, and being able to get the files on every student that is attending. That's when they come across the file of Matt Price. Now this kid, he has no known powers. No one's seen him use his abilities. He's got no origin story. No one knows where this kid came from. And so the Bat Pack, they decide to investigate him a little bit further. And so they follow him around to all of his classes, closely tailing him throughout the entire day. And as they're following him down one of these hallways, as they turn the corner, it appears that they lost him, only for them to look up and see that he is freaking flying. And this is when Chupacabra tells the Bat Pack to attack. Matt Price telling them that they don't want to do this, sighing, and then kicking their butts and bringing them to the principal's office. Bringing them to Starfire, where they can face punishment for what they did to Matt and what they did to Toby. And that's what lands them in detention. But it's not stopping them from doing their investigation. They continue to investigate people that it might be possibly Red X. And that's what brings them to Brick. Now, Brat Girl, she's super good when it comes to technology, being able to hack things, computer science, all that jazz. And she lets us know that she knows for a fact it's not Brick, because right now she thinks she's looking at the individual that might be Red X. That individual being Billy Batson. And right now, on the security cameras, they see Billy just hanging out on the rooftop. Now, the students, they have no idea who Billy is. They have no idea that Billy can transform into Shazam. And as they're watching Billy on the rooftop, this is when there's some kind of electrical interference and the cameras go out. And so this makes it even more suspicious to the Bat Pack. They're really beginning to think that Red X could be Billy. But really what's going on up there is Billy is trying to activate his powers. He yells Shazam, he gets hit with lightning, but he doesn't transform. And Raven and Beast Boy, they are up here with him, trying to give him a little bit of confidence. Because as it stands, Billy, his powers are just in a constant state of flux right now. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And he's beginning to think that his powers are leaving him, and that it might be possible that he needs to start learning all of the training that Nightwing wants to teach him, because he's believing that there's a good possibility that this could be permanent for him. But this is not something he's going to tell them. He's not going to tell Raven or Beast Boy. He's going to give them some hope, but he truly doesn't believe his powers will be returning. But that's what will bring us back inside with the Bat Pack. Unable to re-establish a connection with the cameras up there, they're going to continue their investigation elsewhere. And that's what will bring us to Miguel Montez. Now, Miguel already knows what they're doing. They're going around trying to do their weird little investigation, and he straight up just slams the door in their face. Now, this is also the room of Billy Batson, so that's kind of why they wanted to get in here. But the guys weren't having it. And as they walk off, going down the hallway, this is when someone opens the door. Someone by the name of M. Radley. And it throws them off a little bit. They're not sure why he's being a little helpful. At least Chupacabra doesn't understand, but Batgirl kind of thinks that he has a crush on Chupacabra, and that's why he's being so generous to them. But regardless, they're going to take this opportunity to go in this room because this is the room of Brick as well. And so they use this opportunity to go in his room and start going through all of his stuff, trying to investigate what's happening, picking up his tablets, but there seems to be some kind of error with it. And before they can figure out what the malfunction is, this is when Brick comes in the room and he goes to use his powers on them, only for them to hightail it out of there. And they go and hide somewhere inside the tower, going up to this floor to try to kind of lay low, because they really have been hitting the bushes with a stick at this point. And as the three sit down, they have a discussion, because right now Chupacabra is feeling like they're just not getting the job done, feeling like Batman would have already figured this out already. Chupacabra just being really hard on herself. But we see them reassure one another and say that, Batman doesn't solve every one of his cases instantly. And at the end of the day, they are not Batman. They are the Bat Pack, and they're doing the best they can. And with this reassurance, they start going through the list of individuals that could be the Red X. And as they're going through all the names, they keep coming back to the name Billy Batson. But this is where we see Donna and Beast Boy come into the room and let them know that Billy is not Red X. Also, that they need to stop doing this investigation. They need to stop looking into who the Red X is, because they are only going to end up getting themselves hurt. That they need to leave this to the faculty to take care of. And with that, she tells them that they need to get back to their rooms. And making their way down the hallway, before they get to their room, this is when they're met by Billy Batson. Now, Miguel had told Billy that these guys were looking for him, so he came to talk to them, to find out exactly what they wanted. But they get skittish. They tell Billy that they didn't want to see him, they weren't trying to talk to him. And Billy's just like, alright guys, like whatever you say. And as Billy starts to walk off, Batpack, they start panicking. They start panicking because he knows that they're investigating. And this almost solidifies the idea that he could be Red X to them, because Red X is always 3 steps ahead, and they feel like this is him just rubbing it in. But as they go to enter their room, they see the one and only Red X standing right freaking there. So I guess that can eliminate Billy from being Red X. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Personally, I'm just not feeling the Bat Pack. I think some people are really going to enjoy this line. I don't believe I am the target audience for this one. We covered this comic because it is part of the Red X story arc, but I found this story to be severely underwhelming. I don't care for the Bat Pack or Chupacabra. I don't care for trying to add more to the Bat family, even if they're unofficially part of the Bat family. I think we have enough members of the Bat family to be able to expand on those stories without having to add individuals like this. Now, that being said, I don't think it's a horrible story. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. This one's just not for me. And like I've been predicting, they're dragging it out. They're waiting and waiting to let us know any kind of information on who Red X is. Now, we're slowly deducing who it's not going to be. But that list of deductions is still relatively small, even this many issues in. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.